poker peeps? It's the Hatter. And before we jump into this very interesting hand, I just want to thank everybody that is subscribed, like the people that have made comments, whether it's been on these videos or my Twitter, my Reddit, my Instagram, my TikTok. I just really appreciate it. Y'all don't know how uplifting and supportive it is to hear y'all's comments. All right, with that out of the way, thank you one more time. Let's jump into this hand. We're playing 1-2. We're in for the 200. And I'm going to be honest with y'all because I think that's one of the things you got to be real honest. That way you get the whole dynamic of what's going on. I'm a little frustrated. I'm a little bit forcing it maybe a little bit. And I'm down, at this point, I'm down maybe like 50. So as we jump in the hand, I just want to tell you where my mindset is going into the hand. Not having the best day, not grinding properly, but it is what it is. So under the gun's going to fold, hijack's going to fold, cutoff folds. It comes to us on the button. 8-7 suited. I'm going to go ahead and come in with a raise here. And I go to 5. Small blind's going to get out of the way, and really just trying to take down the blinds. And if we get defended, we got a playable hand. The big blind decides to go ahead and put in the 3-bet. At this point, I mean, I'm going to be in position. So I go ahead and make a speculative call here. And the flop comes 9 of spades, ace of hearts, 10 of hearts. All right. So at first glance, we have the open ender and we have backdoor flush draw here. So, I mean, it ain't the worst flop. Not the best flop, but definitely not the worst flop. So when he goes ahead and continues with a half pot size bet here, I go ahead and think about it. And like I said, I got backdoor spades. I got the open ender. We're definitely not going to go ahead and fold here on the flop, getting 4-1. So I go ahead and make the call. Unfortunately, a complete brick comes on a turn in the 3 of clubs. So I'm really hoping at this point we can get a check and him slow down. So he checks it, and here's an interesting spot. More than likely he shouldn't be checking an ace here. So maybe I should just go ahead and go after this pot. But in the moment, I decide to check and try to realize making the straight. So I check it back, and the river comes the jack of clubs. So we go ahead and make the hand. Not the best hand, but pretty much the second nuts, third nuts. So we got the bottom end of the straight, and the villain just open shoves. And this is such a tough spot. So I go deep into the tank. I'm thinking about what he could have. I mean, he could have the straight, but I mean, if he does, he does. I mean, it's hard. I've went this far with this hand that it's kind of hard for me not to call when I make my hand, is my thoughts here. And he could eat the bluffs he could have busted hearts. He could actually have kings or queens, and maybe he checked the turn because he was scared of the ace, and now he's bluffing because he has the blockers to the straight. So I think about it for a while, and eventually I figure, I mean, I went this far, I chased this hand, so I make the hand I was looking to make. I mean, the 6, of course, would have gave me the nuts, would have been a lot better than jack, but I feel like once I get this part, there's really nowhere to go. So I go ahead and call, and I get shown the bad news that he had king, queen, suited, and hearts. So I'm not even sure if I'd have went after it after the turn, if he would have folded. But I'm very interested to see what y'all's overall thoughts of this. Because when you lose a hand, you always want to go back and beat yourself up. But, I mean, did I just get coolered here in this situation? Because I kind of feel like that's what it is. I mean, can I fold the river after I make my hand? This is definitely such an interesting spot in poker. So I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it, and try not to be results oriented. And is there enough bluffs that I'm catching to go ahead and call here? All right, Hatter out. See y'all tomorrow.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next.